Hey everybody, I've got a piece of heat treated mook here. It has some issues. This is a piece that I kept back for myself because it has a few issues. But let's see if we can at least get it into a biface. We might make a point. We'll see. This is a batch that stayed in the heat treat a little too long, so it's a little bit on the fragile side. It's really shiny. Naps real easy, but it's definitely snappy. Cortex on there, stopping flakes. Yeah, this piece might have got too overheated to do anything with. We'll see. Maybe a bit too crackly. Yeah, it's sending in low. It just got issues. Little too crackly. This is a batch that I completely forgot about, got busy and completely forgot about in the heat treat. And I was having a problem with my turkey roaster. Yep, crackly. Cracky. Hey Maggie. Maggie's my lab. She's yellow lab. Labs are one of my favorite dogs. You know, the material's a little better on this side than this side, so if we can get this off and make anything out of this piece of crackly stuff, it'll be a miracle. This layer in here worries me for sure. It don't go all the way through, so if I can pick around and try and get as much of that out as possible. We got another issue right here, so we're full of issues. I might go to indirect, try not to snap the whole thing. I want to use the big indirect stick, but I think we're going to try the small one first. Just kind of nibble away slow at it. Yeah. Going in there and stopping. It's got that issue there. We're starting to get below it there. If I can, I'm gonna have to take some strikes from the end and see, we got an issue right there too. Full of issues. With this piece, I don't really care about maintaining the maximum amount of size or any of that. I'm just concerned with getting from point A to point B in one piece. Which we're in the biface stage. I just hopefully this don't break it. Nope. I think we might be able to get below that. We'll see. Trying to direct the force away from the tip as much as possible. All right. Tell you what, I'm thinking about regularizing the edge here. I still want to get rid of more of this surface, more so than this surface, but okay. This side's a mess. I don't even know if it's going to be possible to make a point out of this, but with the way that it's breaking. If I could run a flake in there, but that's liable to snap it. But that's really where I need to try to take a flake at. Look at that. Look at that right there. I'll be doggone. That was in there just like that. And we hit right here and boop, knocked a bunch of that nastiness off. So good deal. And we're almost below that crack. Almost. So I am going to go through, and it's thicker than what I'd normally prefer at this point, but we're sitting in a little bitty crack right there, but we're gonna get that out with pressure. I need to send a flake right here. Hit that one a little bit hard, but now if we could get on that little platform there and shoot a flake this way. I don't know if y'all can see that, but try and get on this platform right here and shoot the flake that way, hitting this like this. So I want to hit this way, and it didn't go. There we go. Starting to get flattened out a little bit. I'm going to try and pick that off. I don't think we're going to have a perfect flaking pattern, obviously, on this piece, but and I'm probably going to leave it thicker than I normally would. But considering where we started, I got quite a bit of this Mookaite that's like this. That, well, it was two batches that I was doing at the same time that I just completely forgot about. And so I got quite a bit, couple buckets of it. That it was low grade to begin with. I was just doing it for myself. It wasn't any of the stuff I was sending out. Try and pick that hinge there out. That pretty well picked out. Let's see if we can zoom in just a little bit. And then try and stay in frame. I'm going to try and run these flakes, thin out the edge, because like I said, I'm probably going to leave this piece thicker than I normally would, and it ain't going to be perfect. Definitely not going to be perfect. Hit the camera in my head. We are going to try and run some more indirect flakes in after we get this thing regularized a little bit. Alright, I got this big old hump right here. I'd like to pop that off there. And we pretty much got that. I'd imagine that early man, they weren't always working with perfect stone. They had to go through a lot more effort than we do to get it. And I like this. I like working stuff like this. That's I always seem to sell all my best stuff, and usually, and unless it's something that I bought, you know, then those flakes are going in there. I could, if it wasn't so crunchy there in the middle, I could send a pressure flake all the way across or past halfway easily on this stuff. But considering the mess this thing was in, and man, is it gonna be pretty. I mean, it may not have perfect flaking when we're done, but some of that stuff I pick off there. But I think if I got a platform right here, I don't know if I can get underneath that or not. Or it could just make it bigger. There is a little lip right there I could try to get a hold of. Let me sharpen this. Just a little bit. About time to move my copper nail up higher. Okay, well, we picked most of it off there. Not all of it, though. Oops. Almost tossed it. Alright, we're going to turn that edge a little bit, try to run a flake in there. Hopefully that's knocked off enough that I can get a flake to go in there, because I won't be getting that from the other side. So it's either I try this or live with it, one or the other. There may be a different way to do it, but it's that did not do it. Most definitely did not. forgot to zoom you all back out. There we go. Doggone it, went right in there and hinged, didn't it? Got rid of it though. And almost, man, it went all the way over there. Took out just a little piece of it. I really need to bring flake up from the bottom, but that's liable to just snap it. Nope, it did not. And it went to climb up that and didn't quite get it. It's undetached. Doggone it. There's something about that spot. It's the same place, almost same place on each side. Let's try and run one. Should have probably left it thicker. Okay. We'll get there. If I can quit throwing hinges. Ooh, big old bite. That just ganked us. Alright. We just lost a bunch of width. Which I don't want to lose all this purple on this side. It's getting really thin. So we're gonna see if we can clean it up with some pressure. A lot of effort to go through to not end up with something on the other side, but we might not. Okay. Doggone it. Really wanted to save that purple. But it's just a little too crunchy. But I can probably pop that little piece off now. Yep. I got this thing right here going on, and afraid to hit on that purple anymore, but I may be able to take it out right there, possibly. But that edge is awfully thin. I probably wasn't in the frame, but I might be able to take it off right here. Knock that little piece off. So let's try that. Trying to salvage something here. It started to go, and then it just popped off right there, so that didn't work. This side is ugly, boy. Whew. That side ain't much better. Looks like this thing fell out of an ugly tree and hit every limb. I'm thinking there's not going to be much salvaging, but we'll see. This one might have just been a little too crusty. All right. Oh, good. I needed that flake to go forward to clean up some of that mess. All right. We got this little piece right here that's just the nature of the stone when it gets overheated like this, just crackly. I loaded some video editing software. I said I wasn't going to do much video editing because I just don't have time. I might do some. I got some ideas for some videos that don't have anything to do with leather or flint napping or bees or horses or any of that stuff. Not going to tell you exactly what that is yet, but it is in the works. Or it may include riding horses and this other thing I'm going to be doing. Could be a combination. It's not terrible. Is it perfect flaking? Nope, it's not. But I knew that was going to be the case from the beginning, because I've worked a lot of these pieces. Some of them, even though they're overheated, work out pretty good. But this is going to make a pretty piece. I'm going to just do some simple side notches. Hopefully we don't break it doing that. And I think we're going to probably go ahead and notch it. And then finish up the sides. I might scrunch it just to straighten it a little bit. Just bring everything into increasing my odds to get the symmetry right. By scrunching it. This side needs to be picked on. Looks a little off with that right there, but I like the color in this side better. So that's definitely the side I like best. It's got this little craziness going on right there, but we might be able to run a pressure flake in right here to get rid of that little bit of mess. It's not super thin on the edges, so the edges are going to need more work, but that helped a lot. And that just cleaned that up quite a bit. So and that pass right there made our profile much thinner. Hope I'm not getting out of frame. All right, let's take one more. a couple more in here. Alrighty. Okay. Might pop some of those off when we're done here. Alright, so let's do some notching. This thing's kind of crackly, so hopefully we don't break it. Don't want any burrs on the side of this tool that can catch. Alright, we're just going to do some simple side notches here. That's the plan. I'm going to try and start real easy. And I'm not going to make these real deep either. Putting more pressure on it than I'd like to. Now I'm liking this side better. Over here around that purple side, I'm kind of nervous. Take this thing out in the natural light when we're done and photograph it out there, and the colors hopefully show up a little better. They may be showing up good on this, I don't know. But just a touch deeper. I'm gonna put I like the looks at it when it has this notch up the bottom like that, so we're gonna risk it and do it. So if it works, it'll be worth it. It dresses up that bottom and like I said, we're not going to go super deep with these notches. They don't need to be that deep, and with as crunchy as this material is, super easy to break it. Although I would like them to be a little bit deeper. That may be a this may be a bad idea, but yeah, I probably have to press too hard to. I got pop outs on both sides right now, and it's not stalled, but I'm afraid to press too hard on it, and so I think we're going to leave it. Since we're at this point. In case you're wondering what this is, it's a piece of welding rod stuck in a piece of plastic. It's got a larger handle. I like that. I'm gonna make me a antler one, but square those up a little bit. This heat-treated mook breaks extremely sharp. I mean, that's pretty sharp right there. You wouldn't want that running through you for sure. If you were in a battle and someone was flinging arrows at you, definitely wouldn't want that in you. All right, so our base is pretty much where I want it. We're going to take another little tool here. Yeah. And we're just going to work on this edge a little bit. Put some little bitty tiny got a jumping spider. I don't know if you guys can see him right there. I like those things, they're crazy. With those lights turned down the way they are, I don't have as good a light to see. So it makes it a little bit tougher. I don't know if you can see those little bitty fine serrations on there, but I like to do my edges that way. Not big serrations. Although I do some points got big serrations, but just little bitty fine ones. Every time you push down on this, it's pushing a little pop out on the other side. So it's sharpening and thinning all at the same time. To be honest, I had no idea this was going to work out. All these pieces don't work out. I mean, some of them are a little too crispy, but on this one, most of that crispy was on one side, so we just worked that off and ended up with a point. And just so you guys know, this isn't material I would send out. I mean, if someone wanted to just try it, you know, then then I'd send some out. But man, I think we're done. That's what I think. So hopefully I was in frame for that whole thing. You could hear me. I know I wasn't very talkative, but so there it is. It's got a little bit of crackly stuff right there. I probably could pick some of that off. I'll probably do that off camera. Just pick a little bit of that off, clean it up, and man, it's a pretty point. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 different shades to it. And you could half that and go hunt with it. It's a little bit big for an arrow point, but you could definitely put it on atlatl or whatever. Alright, you guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And if you got anything out of this, if you didn't, that's fine too. But I'm going to be working some more of this stuff. I want to practice on it some more. I haven't been messing with it too much lately, and when I do that, when they break, I'll show that too. And we'll just do some more of these. I really just material is just so pretty, you know. Yeah, it makes for some really nice points. And y'all hit that like and subscribe button, and remember, keep napping.